Alright, so this is a follow-up to my Forsheda video. Now, here with me I have a Forsheda F2, an FM12, and a Scott M95. Now, all these masks have one thing in common. They don't have a front-facing voice diaphragm. They also all have a drinking tube and similar-ish eyepiece construction. Anyway, I'm just going to go over some of the features of these masks and which one I believe is the best, for what reason. So first, we'll go over the Forsheda F2. So, it's the current Swedish service mask. It's got a clone made by the Koreans, the K3, I think. There's the inside. As you can probably see, it has only one oral nose cup valve. The other one's blanked off. You can switch these around depending on which port you are using. You always have this on the opposite side of whatever port you're using, so the air deflects over the eyepieces. Yeah, I've already shown this one off before. Nice oral nose cup, very soft. Has its problems, not perfect. The Scott M95, which is really the preferred mask of the developing world. Obviously, Scott used to sell them dirt cheap, and that's why a lot of developing countries have adopted it. I mean, it's an alright mask, but it is inferior in almost every way to the Avon FM12. My testing has shown that it only has one advantage over the FM12, and that is it has a better field of view. That's it. It's not as good with optical devices. It's not. The breathing resistance is higher. Breathing resistance on all these masks. The F2 has the highest breathing resistance for whatever reason. The FM12 has the lowest by a significant margin. I was kind of surprised by that. But the FM12 is, not the FM12, the F2 is prone to sticky valves, which makes it quite hard to breathe out of, if you're not breathing out of your mouth at least. It is very easy to nose breathe with the FM12. They all have a drinking system. These two are more or less identical, except where the I'll just show the FM12 ones first. So my FM12 has a little wire grid, which is apparently for cold weather. It's to help stop moisture and ice, or your breath turning into ice and blocking the valve, causing sticky valves. But yeah, there it is. That's just a little mesh filter. There's the drinking system, which does indeed rotate. This is a very comfy mask, and a very soft rubber, to the point that I'm actually a bit worried it will deform. It does have a slight issue with valves kind of jiggling when you're wearing it. The other two don't have that issue, but yeah. So there's the that one turns as well. I have to take that out to show it though. It's too tight. Turns. There we go. I believe it's a bite valve, so you have to bite it to induce flow, similar to the Scott M95. The only one that doesn't do that here is the FM12. Oh gosh. Guess I'll just leave that now. So out of these masks, I firmly believe the FM12 is the superior option, the best one of the three. Forsheda comes in second, the Scott M95 comes in third. This doesn't mean it's a bad mask, it just means that it's kind of mediocre. The FM12 is a good mask, but these are all kind of lower tier masks. None of them have a front-facing voice diaphragm, so they're not exactly, yeah, they're a bit antiquated. That's really it. I did have some other things to say. The FM12 has the only thing the FM12 does worse than any of these masks is it has the lowest field of vision. Both these masks have a wider field of vision. The Scott M95 has the widest. They are all optically capable, but the FM12 is obviously the best, with the Scott M95 being worst. What else do I write? Yeah, that's really it. Oh, the valve systems. This one uses a double valve system, so effectively, as opposed to the FM12, it means that it doesn't fog, but it doesn't mean it's as fog resistant. So, because if you have it on the side, the air will blow straight into the closest valve as opposed to going over both lenses. The FM12, obviously, as I showed earlier, has it on one side. You can switch it so that it goes out, so it can go over both eyepieces, and F2. The FM12 has the Avon nose slit, which works well enough. The air comes out around the bottom, up and around the eyepieces. It doesn't fog, so it clearly works, but yeah, it's not really directed. Alright, there we go. That's my opinion on the FM12, the F2 and the Scott M95. All decent masks, but if you have choice, get the FM12. If you can't get an FM12, get a Forsheda. If you can't get a Forsheda, get the M95. And that's it.